across the river from downtown Cincinnati, from the beautiful village sight, sound, and stage. It's Fret Buzz.
Scotty! Yeah!
Yeah.
What a lead-in, too, man.
Yeah. That happens whenever he enters a room. That sounds.
That's his little theme.
I've been working on my soap opera chords, as Tim Wilson used to. You're not sleeping with Bill, are you?
It's kind of like the end of the theme of it.
So you guys are a thing, huh?
The ending theme, man. The ending theme. Yeah. First of all, I didn't know what the hell I was playing. He does.
Well, before we get going, I need more coffee. Janelle, can we have some coffee?
Yeah.
What is this coffee we're drinking here today, Janelle?
Today's brew is by 319. They have plenty of different options. If you
Now, is that their address? You know, like, or
their age.
Oh, yeah.
It might be empty.
Oh, that's.
there it is.
There we go. That's good. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, well.
Get the crunchy part.
It's 319. What was the option you were going to say?
I said 319 has many options. It could be smooth and mild or rich and hearty, so they have a perfect blend.
which one does he have?
I have the hearty one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is.
Because none of us here are rich.
Rich and thick. I'm the thick part.
I finished mine.
Somebody stole my mug. So.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
There's one over there. Is that you?
Yeah.
That was probably mine. No.
I got a new one out of the kitchen.
You said not to like, or everybody watch what mugs
Yeah.
they have.
Oh, we'll mug you later, buddy. So, Scotty, what are you going to entertain us with today?
Man, I wrote this song a while back, and there's just been so much going on that I haven't had time to put another record out. I've been working on other records, been working with other bands, a lot of stuff going on right now. So I just pull this song out once in a while.
I'm really sorry to hear that you're busy.
I know, it's weird. Well, I'm in this project out in Nashville called the Desert City Ramblers, and we've charted on the Billboard indicators. We're in the top 30 right now. We've never played a gig.
Oh, that's
It's like
awesome.
I could do this for the rest of my life. No working out, no having to worry about what you look like on TV or on stage. You just sit at home. Say, oh yeah, no, we're in the top, whatever. We were in 40 for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then we broke the top 30. So.
Do you have a bullet with it though?
Plus, you're recently married, right?
Well, so that was the other thing with
Yeah.
all this COVID stuff, man. And much like Noah, I never spend too much time at home in one place. And I got married.
So it's a
and-
successful marriage.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So far.
you know, for her, she gets the grass mowed and she gets the.
That's what the kids are calling it now.
But no, it's actually been a lot of it's been a lot of fun to kind of it was well Jason Denny, matter of fact, sent me a message the other day and said I gotta think there's a silver lining here somewhere in the fact that you just got married and you actually do get a lot of time to spend at home with your wife and it really has been great. I mean there was no weird like okay I'm married now we have to go out on the road for 3 months, which I'm sure you did that. You know, you get married and then you were on the road for 3 months.
We'll have
You
to
don't
check
bring it
back in a
along.
few years and see how that actually works
She
out.
doesn't drive the van.
Update 3 years from now.
But yeah, it's been pretty great, and so yeah, it's just kind of a blues thing. I figured, you know, everybody else has been playing their great songs, and now it's my turn to do something. It won't be great, but you got
Fabulous.
all you guys, and then there's me over here.
TV, man.
It's kind of like a.
I showed up to scratch Mike's guitar, and I'm gonna play like this, Mike.
Okay, buddy.
But anyway.
Wow.
So, you're really known for your click tracks.
It's yeah, it's all up here. It's the only thing up here.
How much do I owe you for that lesson?
As I say, people are going to try to slow the YouTube thing down.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Wow, that's
Scotty.
Unbelievable.
Oh man, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Really
A lot
good.
of
There's
fun.
something about that blues shuffle, man. It just
Yeah.
you can't help but tap your foot, and then you're like, man,
I never feel the blues, though. I always like, wow, that's like, you know.
I could use some bourbon.
I tell you what, man, that was almost as good as it was at the show last week.
You guys played with Hamilton.
Yeah, right.
Now that show with Hamilton, was it the original Broadway cast?
Yeah, well, you know they're all unemployed now too.
The dancers, man, they were amazing. Yeah. I love
the ones on
that big blow-up doll like the Stones that you had, that big giant.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was new.
yeah. But we made sure to give it the tattoos that Rosie has at the AC/DC show.
And Eddie, the 12-foot monster mascot.
But yeah, no, the blues shuffle thing for me, and I was born and raised a Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, and obviously Chris Layton, Noah knows better than anybody that Chris Layton is the best shuffle
He's the
player.
master of the
Yeah,
shuffle.
absolutely.
Nobody better, I don't think.
And so for guitar players, what a lot of guys don't think about is their right hand.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
you can play that.
And plus, you got the weight of the, you know.
Well, that-
yeah, so it's like, you know,
yeah. But yeah, it's all about that.
you get that.
You know, so it's for me. I mean, that's how I grew up in a three-piece band. I didn't have a rhythm guitar player. I always played rhythm and lead at the same time,
Yeah.
and then let the band guys do their thing. So
That's cool.
Well,
You know, it's funny you mentioned Chris, because I remember watching him up close. He's got such a light touch.
Yeah,
I was amazed
Yeah.
by how light a touch he had.
he does.
Well, he needs one.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, now, did Indiana Jones get that amulet for you?
You're right.
well, see, that's why this
He was chased by a big ball down like.
That's what it is. He's got the power in that.
Yeah. Now, is there a Wonder Twin that goes with that, or?
well, he died. His wasn't as big.
There's four of them. If they all put their fists together, they turn into one creature, right? Like,
Yeah, that's cool, brother.
Voltron.
But yeah, man, wow,
That was
it's
good.
a great
Good
guitar. I mean, thank you. It's all the guitar.
Oh, no. It's what you did
No.
with
Oh
it.
yeah, hand it to me.
Yeah, that's not true. I was playing it earlier. It sounded nothing like that.
No, it's very cool, man. I mean, I'm a Les Paul guy. Grew up a Strat guy. Obviously, being a Stevie Ray fan, that's all I ever wanted was a Strat. And I'm sure when I was 9, 10, 11, I'm sure you saw me and my parents in your store a bunch looking at Strats.
Yeah, man.
And it was so funny because my dad he wanted me to get the Clapton Strat. Blackie. That's what he wanted. And, of course, I wanted the Stevie Ray Strat for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So I would go in and I would just do my best to wear out the Stevie Ray Strat. And he me the Clapton Strat. Just going,
Well, that's Clapton.
yeah.
Slow hand.
He did a slow hand. Yeah.
Yeah, he only plays pentatonic.
So did you get it? Did you get the Stevie Ray?
I did. I got
Yeah,
it.
man.
I was in the 3rd grade, and that was my dad bought an Explorer for me. Bought a little crate G60 and I think an '89 Explorer together for $400.
All right.
And way
Not
back
from
in the
him.
day.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
Maybe Jimmy D.
and a lot of kids, you would think, oh, cool, it's a pointy guitar, man, we're gonna play rock. It wasn't a Strat, so I mean, I played it, I learned to play it, but I wanted a Strat, and I wasn't gonna stop. So, I was about 9 years old and started doing, school talent shows and stuff. So my parents always set goals. Pat, get this grade on this test, and we'll talk to you about the next guitar.
We'll get you a tune.
That's all right.
Yeah, well, so that came in about
Christmas.
the 4th grade, yeah. But so I went for years and years playing a Strat, and just got really into Gary Moore and stuff later
what a
on.
great
But
player,
the Les Paul Gary Moore,
Sure,
the greeny stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know Gary Moore played that red Strat and he played it to death, and it was great.
yeah.
But there's something about a Les Paul. So you start getting into Warren Haynes and Government Mule and Gary
Did
Moore.
you turn your pickup around?
I did not. I did not, because I never used that pickup. That's the off switch to me.
But it still looks like.
Yeah, but no. I bought a flame top off of eBay that I didn't know anything about the guitar. I just I paid more than I should have for
Liked the way it looked.
because the top on it was so
Sure, yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And I was 18, 19 years old, and I mean it was real and it had a killer top. So I went. I want to sit here for 3 days and watch this eBay thing, and I wound up getting it and changed everything. So I've been a Les Paul guy ever since.
Oh, that's cool, man.
And of course, when I play with Noah, I do a lot more Strat stuff because I don't have to. You work when you play a Strat, so your Strats make you work a little harder.
Often.
Do you think recording is best with a Strat and then playing live is good with a Les Paul?
I try and record with whatever I'm going to play it live with.
Okay.
Because we kind of record live. I mean, it's one of those things where with 3 guys in the band, I don't want to layer too much and then get out to the show and it's like, hey,
yeah,
where'd the
right.
horn section go?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, but when he's out in front of the band and we're doing shows together, I always bring out a Strat because I can focus on working on that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but when I'm doing my thing, it's always, the Les Paul, just like they, just like that song. You just kind of just stroll in the park when worry about the singing.
I always like playing a Strat for a while, and then you go to a Les Paul. It's like, whoa,
It's like swinging two.
hold me back.
Well, especially when you run Strats with big strings,
Right,
like
yeah.
I've always done too. I don't use big strings on Les Pauls like I do Strats. They're not.
What do you use?
I'm using on the Strats. I'm using 11 to 56.
Oh my God.
And Les Pauls I'll run 10 to 54.
Yeah.
52, 54, something like that. Tune standard. But
That's
the Strats
heavy
are
for a
always
Strat,
done.
I think, though. Usually, my
Fenders
rule-
always use heavy too.
My rule of thumb is going to 9s for a Strat.
Well,
I
you
don't
got the
have much
scale
power
length
there.
difference too.
Right, yeah.
So
yeah.
you could put a little bit heavier string on a
Right.
Strat because they're a little more slinky because the scale length is longer. So
They always sound better with heavier strings. I think Fenders do.
they're a lot thicker.
Well, I think that guitar looks really good on you, and you made it sound really good.
Well-
So, what is it?
I appreciate that. I was thinking this is probably my favorite custom that I've ever played. The weight's perfect. The neck is perfect.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of customs that just weigh a ton.
Yeah, man.
And they get hard to play after a while. I was talking about that gold top that I've got with all the stuff on it, and it is
This one looks like the one Keith Richards played on Ed Sullivan.
yeah. Well, I was saying we'll take it out back, and I'm going to paint on it like he did too. Right.
Yeah. Let me see if for 1
Oh
second.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a really rare rare guitar. It is is that an 8 or a 7?
8.
It's an 8. It's a 58. And you know, I was talking about how sometimes they put plugs in and this was originally, they put this Bigsby on a guitar that would have had the stop holes already. So somebody ordered it like this, and then they put little pearl dots in there, which is kind of cool. You see that on bursts and different things. Yeah. And if you pop these out, they're actually, the grommets are in there. So that's cool. I bought this from the original owner at one of the Dallas shows.
Okay.
He walked in with it. It's got the hang tags. It's really rare because it's an original 2 pickup. Because as you were saying, like Keith's guitar and
Jimmy
Page's guitar, there were 3 pickups.
Peter Frampton?
Right.
Peter
Yeah.
But his
Frampton.
was earlier, though. I guess his never came with humbuckers.
Oh, don't ask him that.
It's a long story.
I got this friend who knows a lot about Peter Frampton's guitar.
Yeah.
But anyway, so somebody ordered it with two pickups, which is, I think, a better idea. I never liked the 3 pickup ones because,
Unless they smoke. Right.
you know, when you use the 3 pickup ones, it's neck, these 2 on at
Right.
the same time, and then just that.
I had a funky thing I found, and I went to Gibson and had them fix that for me because
You made these 2 be on?
even better. Even better. I'm going to surprise you. Because what I was running into is when I had it on the back pickup and I tried to run the middle pickup, it went out of phase and it dropped. just
Some of them
crazy.
were factory out of phase.
So what I did is I've got it wired exactly like your guitar's wired right here. But I put a volume knob potentiometer in the switch to
Yeah.
run only the middle pickup.
Well, you know, that's the Mickey Baker configuration.
Okay.
Close to a Mickey Baker.
Because I know the Frampton thing had 3 knobs and a master tone, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Mickey's is 3 volumes and 1 master
So
tone.
I've got 3 volumes and 2 master tones. So
that's cool.
the one in the middle one runs wide open all the time.
So it's one better.
So anyway,
Well, it's something.
this
It's
is a
lot,
really
it's
rare
heavy.
guitar, and appreciate you playing it. And you didn't even scratch it up, man.
I didn't. Give it back.
It's light too for a
That's the
custom.
thing.
It like
'cause
weighs nothing.
My gold
you know?
top with the 3 pickups and a bit, it's a little over 11 pounds. And I've kind of run a narrow strap on that guitar, and 11 pounds on something the size of a quarter right on your collar.
Oh, yeah.
It's rough. But that guitar, the weight on that is just amazing.
Yeah. You know, it made it even more amazing that you played that on the original Fretless Wonder frets. Because, I mean, that guitar has really almost no frets.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. You know.
Well, give me
found
another
him.
half hour. Won't have any finish.
Well, you sounded great on it,
Thank you,
brother.
man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
when we were getting started, you were doing some Stone stuff, and it sounded killer.
Well, yeah, you put on a
Yeah.
black custom with a Bigsby.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have to pay more? Is that ass cap?
No, it's. You know, I was going to ask you, Noah. You mentioned Warren Haynes. Didn't you guys do some singing together on something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, I met him years ago the first time when we were living in Austin and recording. He came over. Yeah, and we do some duets on one of
Oh
our
yeah,
records.
that's pretty neat.
Hole in the wall. Did you play hole in the wall?
So, Scotty, tell us about upcoming albums and what you got going on, man.
Well, this Desert City Ramblers thing has really done well despite this whole pandemic we've been dealing with. And I'm
Damn
really excited
pandemic.
about that. About it, maybe 2 years ago. No, it was a year and a half ago. I auditioned for Hank Jr.'s band. And obviously didn't get the gig, but one of my dear, dear friends did. And so right after he got the gig, we stayed in contact through the whole thing. And he goes, man, I think I got this opportunity that we might be able to do and be in a band together. So we started playing with these Desert City Ramblers guys. Before they ever had a band, the record was pretty much in the bag. So we just kind of walked in, learned
That's
the
cool,
stuff,
man.
and made it our own. And then, you know, with my band, we've got a lot of things in the works that I don't want to say too much because if it doesn't happen, then I
Yeah.
want to be on here going, well, y'all look for this, and then and
Yeah,
they go,
I
well,
understand,
what
man, yeah.
happened? It's been 3 years.
Right.
You check
Meanwhile,
in
you had
3
this
years.
whole back catalog.
Like, well, he's still mowing grass, but I haven't seen a record yet. But
So
yeah,
you set in with a lot of people. You do a lot of tours. You did the Nelsons too, right? They were in here
Yeah.
and they brought you up, man. They were
Yeah,
like, "Is it really
I,
Scotty?"
I did that for about 3 years.
Yeah.
Lived in Nashville, and then before that, I was on the road with a comedian named Tim Wilson, who the Cincinnati guys will know Bob and Tom.
Yeah, I
Tim
know.
Wilson all the time. So he became like a godfather. I mean, we were as close as two humans could really be.
Uh-huh.
And we both kind of swore that if either of us ever ran for office, the other one would have to be assassinated because they knew too much. And so I did that for 3 years and lived in Nashville the first time. Came home for a couple years and then went back to Nashville for 3 more years. Kind of started focusing again on my own thing, came back home, got married, and now I've got another band in Nashville. So it's like they can't really get rid of me for very long. I know. But
And how many bands in Hamilton?
you know, I've never even had a band member from Hamilton in my band. It's like the one place. We need to check that out.
Well, that's why you are the way you are.
No, there was a cool place called Little Chicago Blues Company in Hamilton, right around like 2005 to about 2008, and they featured a lot of the Piedmont acts. You know, so we were doing the guys that you played with, Bob Margolin and Eddie Clearwater and Michael Burks. And just all these great blues artists, and we were the house band there, so we opened for every band that came through there.
That's cool, man.
And that's really when I started seeing those bands.
That'll get you tight, man.
I learned how to put on a show.
Yeah.
I was no longer able to just be a guitar player on stage. I had to like have something that would interest people that had never heard of me.
Do you like do balloon animals?
Yes, we do. You know, Ace Frehley had the smoking guitar, and that's fine. But I never saw him make a giraffe.
It's a puppy.
But that's I absolutely learned how to use the stage and put on a show, and it just changed everything.
Well, you guys are always killer, man. I love watching you guys
appreciate
play.
that. I appreciate it. We're loud. I mean, you know, if I can't take
needs to be
credit
loud.
for anything else, we're loud. No, well, who was it said? It might have been, I can't remember, somebody that we played with, but said what we lack in talent, we make up for in sheer volume.
So who's louder, Kenny or him?
You make up for in jewelry.
Really, Scotty's louder?
Well, now.
Maybe when he was younger.
I never ran 3 twins on stage.
Well,
Or
that's
two
cool.
is headphones.
Well, guys, I tell you what, man, I've had a blast. It's
is
an
great.
absolute
Yeah.
joy having you guys on the
Man,
show.
man, thanks a lot.
Visit Mike's Music Productions at the Village Sight, Sound, and Stage in Covington, Kentucky's historic Main Strasse Village. Allow us to help you create your audio and video productions. Come create with us at the Village.